At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized, so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Hey everyone, it's Jazz, and this is Giving Up the Ghost podcast. Thank you for coming back and listening to us. Today's episode is another continuation of our exploration of the Avation Museum. What a cool place. Kudos again to the Winnipeg Paranormal Group for having me and Cher out and exploring. I mean, it was so cool. Aside from the ghost aspect and the paranormal aspect, definitely worth checking out this summer if you're looking for some place to take the kiddos. Anyway, so this is part 3 of the Avation Museum. There will be a part 4, and that one has some actual ghost stories from the staff of the Avation Museum. Creepy. There's ghost children that run around at night, having fun, laughing, playing. Yeah. With respect to our Spirits with Spirits, just wanted to say thank you to the 77 beautiful, creepy people that came out to check this out last week. Thank you so much to Lauren, who came from the Dalnavert Museum to give us a couple of creepy, cool stories from the staff of experiences felt at the Dalnavert. Speaking of the Dalnavert, the tickets are sold out, but the Winnipeg Paranormal Group will be doing a public investigation tomorrow night. So I am going to be attending that. I'm just kind of inviting myself along. I'm hoping Cher can come out to that as well, and we'll do some recording. We have to make amends to Gertie that we offended a few years back, and she didn't like the fact that we were talking about her ghost, or not ghost pug, but her stuffed pug that she sold at a garage sale, because that's what one does when you run out of money and you can't pay the bills. You sell your shit off. But and I digress. Anyway, thank you again, everybody who came out, Spirits with Spirits. Thank you, huge thank you to the King's Head Pub, the best possible place for us to do these nights, because it's got the creepy ambiance. We bring my flameless candles, make it that ooh effect, except for one of you dirty birds stole one of my candles last week. I will find you. Way to go. Way to ruin it for everybody, because now we can't have the flameless candles, because I don't want any more of those stolen out of my own personal collection. And that's why we can't have nice things. So aside from that little drama, thank you for the ones that came out, bought the shirts, got to quickly meet a couple of our listeners. Hey, how's it going? Fortunately, there was so much going on that night. I can't remember the name. Jen, was it Jen, I think? But definitely reach out to us, Jen, if that was you, or the lady I spoke with. Thanks for listening to us. We appreciate that. All 6 of you out there. Again, Winnipeg's first and only paranormal podcast. Hopefully me and Cher can sit down and do some recording at some point with new episodes. For now, it's the Spirits with Spirits. And also, I do actually have episodes with respects to public investigation that was held at the Assiniboine Park. So that's also going to be coming up too. Very cool. We did some investigation with the Winnipeg Paranormal Group. And again, thank you to the Winnipeg Paranormal Group, specifically Ashley and Kelly, my partners, my paranormal ghost partners in crime, for co-hosting with us, or me, with the Spirits and Spirits. And that is going to happen again July 30th at the King's Head Pub, 7 to 9 p.m. We may do it a little differently. Haven't thought of a theme yet. Have some ideas rolling around in the old dusty brain. But definitely this time around, there was so much people that we didn't get to speak with that wanted to come up and tell their stories. We might expand that a little bit. Usually it's the second hour for like an open mic to tell your ghost stories. But I think we might actually, depending on the size of the crowd, we'll put like a whiteboard out so people can put their names, and then that way there's not so much confusion. We couldn't see the crowd last week. Some of their spotlights blew out, so we had the lights like right in us, like we were under interrogation instead of behind us like the first time. So I do apologize. People were putting up their hands, couldn't see them for the life of us. So we'll have a whiteboard available for people to throw their names on if you kindly want to have some liquid courage and care to come up and share your paranormal experience with us. So I think that's all I have to say today. Running a little bit long here in the tooth. Gotta go, gotta make things happen. And if you would like to get a hold of us, please do at Giving Up the Ghost podcast at Winnipeg. Oh, God, here we go. Please get a hold of us at Giving Up the Ghost podcast at gmail.com. How about that? And as always, we're on all our socials. Facebook's the big one. And remember to live every day like it is your last, but never give up the ghost. Ciao for now.
Hi, second group. My name's Graham. I'm a tour guide here at the museum. During the day, I work with the school groups. Weekends, I do tours and special events. One morning, this is the strangest thing that ever happened to me. There was a few more of what we call the spotlights, the ones on the planes. When you're driving around the loop there, you can see them through the windows. But the main gallery lights were turned off. Pilots like to do a bit of something called a walk around. And so I've taken, see if there's a problem, if there's a wheel that's misaligned, hatch that should have been closed, anything leaking out of the plane. And so they encourage us before our tours to do a walk around, see what's new, see if there's anything out of place, pick up some trash. Well, I had come halfway around from the entrance. I decided to go through the Viscount, which is our early modern airliner there. And I walked through from the stern to the front. All the lights in there were turned off. It was pretty well like it is now, about 8 in the morning, waiting for a tour group coming in at 9. I came down the front air stairs. Sorry, this thing is on flash for some reason. And I noticed something new. Somebody was in the Starfighter, or supersonic airliner. It had always been an open cockpit. And I thought, who's joking around? I was stepping forward just to where the fuel pylon is there, just about to give them a piece of my mind, and I decided maybe I should take a second look. What I saw was what you see, a mannequin. But for about 30 seconds, he sure looked alive to me, staring over his oxygen mask straight off into nothing. I didn't tell anybody about it until they asked for volunteers. They said, anything ever strange happening in the museum? I said, well, for about 5 minutes and for some time afterwards, I felt a little unusual. I said, what'd you put in the mannequin? Oh, we put it in last night. Sorry, we forgot to tell you about it.
Oh my God.
So that raised the blood pressure 2 or 3 pills. Just to orient you to this part, over there, the flash again, is the shiny Lockheed Electra 10A with Canada's first airliner. This one never flew on a regular route because it was the pilot trainer. It's from California. It was produced in the same factory as the Lockheed 10E. That was a special custom build for a man named George Putnam. He was married to a woman, you've probably heard of Amelia Earhart. When Amelia Earhart disappeared in her modified 10E, it was modified to have bigger gas tanks, designed with more robust balloon tires for landing on all those sands of the Sahara and into the jungles in New Guinea. When she disappeared, George Putnam put out, I think it was 80 or maybe it was $100,000 of 1937 dollars. Basically, he impoverished himself looking for his wife. He heard several reports of people using a crystal radio, including an 8-year-old girl in Kansas who heard that this is Amelia. We're down on an island. Fred is getting ill. Fred Noonan was her co-pilot. Please come help. He paid out whatever clue he could get. It was the biggest search ever. But she was down in the biggest piece of water in the world, the Pacific Ocean. Never found her. And I often think this plane was on the same production line as the plane she disappeared in. The one with the most passenger miles, or kilometers, I should say, would be this 1954 to 74 Vickers Viscount airliner. Big Rolls-Royce engine, so parts of it are from England. At the back, that's the galley. Microwave ovens, luxury food, 22 different menu items on a real menu. Up front, 2 pretty busy pilots and a flight engineer. Between them, the biggest passenger cabin in the world, a whopping 42 passengers. Now that's one section of a 777.
Thank you so much,
Oh, just want to tell you, over here, you have parts of planes in our innovation gallery in the mechanics workshop. So remnants of planes, some of them been in our collection since 74. It's a touch room, but I just want to warn people, there's cutaway engines and things, and there are some sharp edges. So just be careful where you touch. And I love this part, the Ghost of Charron Lake. We call it the Ghost because when it went down through the ice, where it crash landed in 1931, by the time they got back in the summer, it of course had plunged to the bottom of the lake. The pilots were okay. They were rescued by an indigenous trapper, a man named Mr. Belanger, and they brought him back to Little Grand Rapids. From there, they flew him back to Winnipeg.
I've been there.
We called it the Ghost because where we looked from the description of Mr. Belanger and the pilots, we sent down divers 70 meters to the bottom of the lake. We found a whole lot of cold water and a whole lot of nothing. We said the plane was fabric covered. We could understand 60 years later why that would be gone. But the aluminum frame and the right cyclone engine and the steel block it was on, that should still be there. It was 2 kilometers further on. We've talked to aeronautical engineers. How come we spent 8 years looking for the thing? That's why we call it the Ghost. Wherever we looked, we couldn't find it. We went to a totally different part of a lake. We found it with a sonar submersible, and the aeronautical engineers said, oh, it flew hydrodynamically. It want to be found. The plane itself and the engine, which fell into the mud and was preserved, is all right through there. We've turned off the 13-minute video, but it'd be interesting. That plane has been was down with the fish for over half a century.
Thank you so much, Graham. Great to get that
My
history.
zone goes past Canada's first helicopter and the big plane, the
Looks like a
Ju-52, which has been just about everywhere, built in Germany. We found it in Brazil and flew it back to Winnipeg. It was the biggest plane ever, single engine plane ever to take off from the water. We've got one of the floats.
Awesome. Very cool.
Okay. Oh, that one? That's
Investigated.
the Snowbirds. They call it the media plane. A friend of mine flew in this plane. His name was Barry Burns. He was a radio announcer for CJOB Radio. And when he was in the Air Force, he was a public affairs officer, so he was the one on the ground telling what the pilots were doing. When they weren't doing fancy loops in the air, this is the world's smallest classroom. It's a tandem arrangement, side by side, and I don't know, maybe 5,000 to 10,000 pilots trained on planes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, if you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, so we have a couple of spirit boxes. Is anyone not familiar with the spirit box? Okay, we've got, we'll go through it really quickly, okay? Tell you a little bit about it. So, spirit box is our team's and most investigators' favorite communication device. So, how it works is it scans through the radio stations. You can go either forwards or backwards, AM, FM. It goes very, very quickly. So, the understanding is that it uses the white noise, or spirits use the white noise. If the word discount, you know that's just radio blues, right? But if you ask a question like, how many spirits are here with us right now, and you get the answer 8, you know that's an intelligent response. Something else you're looking for is multiple words. You get 2 or more words coming through the spirit box. Especially if you're on one of the higher speeds, like 150, it's almost impossible to get a 2-word phrase or 3-word phrase. Then you know that you might be making a connection. I've had it happen. When we were at Seven Oaks House, I was up in one of the bedrooms and I thought about, in my head, I was actually asking a question, where are you? Where are you standing? And I thought about by the door. And right through the spirit box, I got by the door. And I was like, I didn't even ask the question out loud. They heard the question in my head. So that was very cool. Very cool. That's the thing you can find out about spirits is they can actually communicate telepathically. So try that out. Try asking questions in your mind. Usually have good luck with AM 250 milliseconds or FM 150. What I also recommend is when you're using this is to maybe use one of the recorders on your phone. We also have, so I'm going to let you go ahead and try it. We've got another method called the Estes method, which has kind of gotten popular on some of the ghost shows. And we've used it, and what it does, the Estes method is just using a spirit box, a spirit box session, but it's using a blindfold and noise-canceling headphones to prevent the instances of pareidolia, which is audio pareidolia, where you can hear kind of what you want to hear, and you got to be wary of that when you're doing a spirit box session. You ask a question, you ask for a name, and you know it might sound like Henry, but it's not. You know, something similar. So that's the thing you have to be cautious of. Psychologically, we want to hear the answer to our question, so we're looking for that. So that's the wonderful thing about the Estes method is that it kind of prevents that. So how that works is you get at least 2 people, one person asking questions, not too close, do a little test to make sure they can't hear you, and then the other person has the noise canceling headphones, blindfold so they can't read lips, and they just listen very closely to the spirit box, and they just speak out the words that they're hearing come through the spirit box. Okay, and then the other person asking questions just asks repeated questions and wait to see if there's any intelligent response coming through. It makes sense timing-wise with the question that was asked. Give it time. Give space for that. So we can break up into 2 groups. We can do a live spirit box. We've got 2 spirit boxes here and one Estes method in the back there, where it's a little bit quieter. So anyone who wants to do the Estes method, come with me.
I don't want my eyes closed and wander around.
I have no issues, and I don't even want to do that.
No, I know it. What is this moving things outside the door thing?
You got the spirit box?
Yes.
Okay.
You're spiriting?
You guys coming over here?
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll do it.
Where I felt stuff. I
Did
felt
you?
it for years.
I was looking at this back door.
Oh, the back door?
Yeah,
Yeah.
back door. Yeah,
It always does that.
yeah, a little blip.
I wonder if this girl gives off any danger. Do you guys have any ghost stories? Have you ever seen any ghosts?
Oh, I've got lots.
Do you? Well, you're our friend. We want to know. We want to hear.
Tell us.
Actually, this is all about you guys.
Yeah.
If you ever want, get a hold of us. We're Giving Up the Ghost podcast. We've been doing it 5.5 years.
Yeah, so I think I've listened to you guys a couple times. Are you from Winnipeg?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
from Winnipeg. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got like 198 episodes so far. So
Excellent.
There's someone in the back door.
I usually listen to Beyond the Shadows and Uncomfortable.
okay.
And yeah, I got lots of people.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. Email us or Facebook or whatever. Yeah.
My name is Sherry.
Did you die on the plane?
I'm Jazz, and that's Sherry. Cher.
Hi.
Because this is the where the guy died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I died?
Yeah.
On this plane.
Yeah. Somebody died
On this plane, yeah.
I think while it was in transit.
Want to come and speak to us? I'm going to say
They would have brought us back to the plane too, right? More than likely, do you think, if someone was having a heart attack or whatever, they would have brought him to the back of the plane, right, away from the other clientele?
Not past everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I would imagine if I died on a plane, I wouldn't want to remain on the plane.
Yeah.
I would want to go home,
Of course.
right?
So instead of, if you realize that you're dead.
I know, yeah, that's what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like how we always say,
I know.
spirits gravitate.
Yeah.
No, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because spirits will gravitate to
Mm-hmm.
what they want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He wanted to go home. He wanted to go home. That
Yes.
was his thing. He wanted to go home, and he didn't get to go home. And so I was 9 when he passed away. But when I was like 17, one of my friends from high school, his dad
Mm-hmm.
was the caretaker in that apartment afterwards.
Okay.
And he had no idea about
Right.
the backstory, but
Right.
he said that after my grandfather had passed, there was lots of
He went home.
activity, and he didn't know
Right.
the backstory. Yeah,
Right.
And yeah, my grandpa was very stubborn, and he wanted to die at home, and he didn't get his wish.
Yeah.
So
Right.
He gravitated back home.
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? If you're on a plane, though, that really sucks.
Yeah. But I think a lot of times too. So you said you were 9. So was that like 10 years, 20?
Oh, can you go up there?
But yeah.
But I
so-
think
Oh.
a lot of people like say
I don't want to go up there, though.
when they're disoriented and they die suddenly, or it's a murder, or
I don't want to
if
go
they
in
try
there,
to
though.
commit suicide
I didn't
and they
like the
change
way
their
it
mind, but
smelled,
it's too late.
and it
All that
also kind of felt me feel like it
trauma
was
type things,
suffocating.
they're kind of stuck, I think, to certain people. But if
Oh.
somebody knows they're dying and they have
Yeah,
their
honest to
wits
God,
about
it was
them
like
to
it
a
was
certain
suffocating.
extent,
I smelled
I
like
think-
old band-aids
I
in there.
feel, because I've been in that circumstance
Yeah,
with
I
relatives
don't know.
and stuff.
Not my
I think
thing. I don't
when
know.
you're in that state of mind, you know where to go. You know,
exactly.
but when you're so
You can
disoriented
find your
and
way.
trauma, I just got shivers.
Yeah, I know.
But-
I've
Yeah.
got
But I
shivers
think,
right now.
like say you have a case where this
Did you
fellow's
choke?
on a plane, he dies suddenly. There's so much trauma and stress with everybody else and drama. You don't know. But I think it's different when somebody's expecting to pass, because of an illness or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, and also
They'll
that
find their
feeling
way.
of trying to get me there so I can get help and not getting that.
Right.
That's
So
all-
maybe
that
he's still waiting for help.
frustration, right?
Maybe he's still waiting for help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to say. But
you guys have any questions?
do you have any questions?
You have
Sorry,
a
we don't
question
mean
for
to
it?
take
No.
your
No,
time.
that's your.
No,
It's your night.
Yeah.
but sometimes I think talking about things kind of
Brings out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, there's somebody who's,
Yeah. Just-
welcome
Just
to
speaking
me
just
in
now,
here.
I've been getting like this kind of a shiver up my leg.
Yeah.
So, nothing
No.
bad. Just
No. I don't like the plane though.
Don't mind if
But-
you come over and
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I didn't know you can go in the back here, but I don't think I want to.
You have your thingamajigger?
Yeah, I got my finger.
Yeah, but your other finger's
Oh, yeah.
off. Oh,
No, I just turned it
no,
off.
it was. Oh, you just turned it
Well,
off.
just 'cause
Because
it
see,
was-
there's one on the ground. Oh my goodness.
Sorry. Well, just because it was
Blinding.
glowing so much.
I know it is very bright.
It is.
Extremely bright.
I don't want to be distracting to anybody.
1958.
Does that say good hit?
Sorry. Seriously?
Well, I don't know.
What the hell?
Doesn't it?
No, good high field.
Oh, okay,
no,
well,
no head involved.
where is my head at? Oh, maybe.
Oh, did everyone leave us?
Oh.
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 Sorry.
Whoa. Yeah.
Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us today?
You want us to go? Are we being intrusive?
Let's do it. Sure.
What do you guys feel drawn to?
No, not particularly.
Nope. Just didn't like this thing.
No. Ooh, sure.
What?
Put the K2 towards the old luggage.
Oh. Oh, look at that luggage.
Nothing. No connection. No vibe.
No, no one.
No love.
Luggage?
Luggage. I said luggage.
Oh, heavens.
Did you say luggage?
Is there somebody here that wants to talk to us?
Did you lose your luggage? You know what I mean? Like
Damn
some
Air
people.
Canada.
No, like, you know, I'm thinking about people, like,
Sure.
remember in the war when they used to carry all of their possessions with them, you know, in a bag? And
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever hear the story about the Marlborough Hotel when they were renovating it and they had like the top floor all kind of boarded off and they were renovating it? I would say back in the 70s. And then they found all these old steamer trunks and it was of all the bachelors that had lived in the hotel, you know, back in the 20s and 30s and stuff. And then they just basically their whole life would be like jetting around the world traveling and stuff. And that would be their home base. And whenever somebody died abroad, they would just take their trunk and store it up on the storage on the main floor.
Piles of luggage.
Yeah. And when they went to renovate the Marlborough, they opened up this area, and it was all these old steamer trunks from like the 20s and the 30s. Did you ever hear that story?
I'm like,
No,
someone's
it's
missing all
fucking
their
cool, I
stuff.
tell you.
Right? You know?
Yeah, that's how we started
Somebody
talking about the
is
luggage.
permanently looking for their luggage.
Very cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless they just dumping it off.
You're right.
Right. So saying about losing your baggage kind of thing, right? I think that means yes. Yes.
Under the belly or
I know.
Yeah, yeah. So aside from your mannequin friend, have you had any experiences here other than that? Get a vibe, get a feel, like you're being watched?
Of a presence, but it's just the thought occurs to you every once in a while of you know, how many people have
perished
or had contact at all in their lives.
Yeah.
Those school groups, you know, this plane flew for 20 years before it was decertified. That means it probably had 100,000 passengers.
Right.
Where were they all going? What were they doing? What were they trying to escape?
Right.
That sounded like a weird voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Man's voice.
Did
Yes, I
something
know.
happen on this plane? Not this plane. This one was given to us intact by Air Canada, but another one, which we were going to prepare for restoration. We kind of turned Air Canada down. We said, no, we're going to restore our own. It caught fire at Gimli and burned to the wheels.
I thought the other guy said that someone died on this plane.
Well, somebody just expired, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't heard that story.
Oh, I thought that
But
other
we
man
got
said
the
that.
windows.
Am I on the right side?
Gimli,
Yeah.
Viscount, and the spare windows, but they're all beautifully blackened and curved.
Ooh.
Oh,
That'd
that'd be a horrible fire on a plane. Would be absolutely horrific.
Oh God, that would be horrific.
Yeah.
You know, you get what firefighters call flashover.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
And, you know, first thing people want to do is open the
And oxygen will just make it.
oxygen comes in,
Yeah.
and
For sure.
the fire often is almost out, and then
Yeah. Yes, I know.
fire shooting down.
Yeah.
So the first thing, you know, you always see in movies the pilots are shutting everything down.
Yep.
One of the things they're shutting down is the pressurization.
Yeah.
So that they can open the doors
Right.
and bleed off the air so it doesn't produce that flash.
Okay. Right.
Why don't we take that chair where all the parts are? Oh, something about the parts over there.
You
that
don't
was
like the
kinda-
parts?
No. Something about the
There's a
parts.
light-free zone, so I'll take you over there.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Mechanics.
To us, somebody had saved something as a souvenir or
Okay.
had it in the
Oh,
Back.
Oh, look at it back here. Wow.
So there's
Wow.
all the parts.
God.
That's from a DC
Falling apart.
airliner.
Oh, this is kind of cool in
Before
here.
what they call the glass cockpit, where
Okay.
everything was computerized.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that
The
sound.
pilots flew the
Airplanes,
plane,
like-
and the flight.